Hi, welcome to the first ever edition. I don't know what you would call this podcast. It's like a podcast, but it's just me. And it's not the radio, so I guess I'm going to call it like a Solocast. I guess. I'm sure there's a name for these things, I just don't know. It's like a vlog without a video. I don't know. Anyway, my neighbor, he yells a lot with his wife. Last night, for no reason at all, was screaming about life and how short it is and how you need to just do what you want to do. But no one was yelling back at him. And it was like intermittent bursts, like 5-minute bursts of, oh my God, just over the top motivational speaking. At like midnight, I was trying to sleep. Dude woke me up. I wasn't even mad. I just laid there feeling inspired at midnight. Not much I could do at midnight, but I woke up and I still had some of that left over, so I decided I'm going to do this. I've done stuff with my life. I worked at a TV station. I've stood center ring at a rodeo. Granted, I wasn't like a star of it, but it was pretty cool. I was helping a video guy, like their video guy out. I was his grip, and I almost got run over by 100 horses. They did a circle around me. That was pretty cool. I've done things that I'm proud of. Like, those times of my life are definitely stories I like. But I haven't done everything I wanted to do. And YouTube is one of those things that I wanted to try for a while now, and I just never did. And now I'm doing it with Jordan, and it's great. I thought I'd do this because part of me always wanted to be on the radio. And like, I think most of it stemmed from most DJs, at least in my town. I don't know about where you guys live, but most DJs in this town just suck. And they talk about stuff that I don't give a crap about. And it's all visit our website and look at pictures of hot girls of the week or videos that I literally just told you everything that happens in. I don't know. It's all like this kind of guy, and he's like, hey, check me out, I'm an idiot, and I'm going to talk about it for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put you on 10 minutes of commercials, and maybe I'll play a song today. And I don't know, I hate them, and growing up, listening to them, I always wanted to be better than them, you know what I mean? I just thought I could do. And then recently, I just went through the series Mannequin on Netflix, which is a great series if you're into recovering alcoholics living their life, or recovering drug addicts living their life, and podcasting in the middle of it. It was pretty interesting. That doesn't do it justice, but my favorite part of those shows was he has a podcast. That's how he makes his living, and he'll have people come on and talk to him, and then somewhere in the episode, usually toward the end, he would have like a little monologue just like this, where he'd talking into a mic all by himself in a room. And he would like wrap up the day's events kind of in some speech that I would have to take a much longer time, I feel like, to write than he would. But they were always great, and it was always my favorite part of the episode because it really, it framed everything. You saw it all unfold, and then it would frame everything in a new way, and it would kind of it would change the tone of it, and I liked that, and that's kind of always what I wanted from like a radio guy. So, on this Solocast, here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm gonna try and talk a little bit, and I'm gonna hope it makes sense. And I'm going to thank my insane neighbor for doing whatever he was doing last night. And if he wants to do some more of that, I totally would recommend it to him if I ever see him, and I never do, except I hear him a lot. And I don't know, maybe I'll yell through the wall or something. But so here we go. Sum up my neighbor last night. Life is short, and do what you want to do, even if it's not how you wanted to do it or saw yourself doing it. Like, this isn't me on the radio. This is me in my bedroom talking into a microphone. No one around me judging me, which is kind of helps, but then it also doesn't help me feel less crazy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try not to do that thing either. That's not very professional of me. Anyway, damn it, I did it again. So I had this idea last night, and I was laying in bed listening to my neighbor go insane, or maybe break down a wall. I don't know what he was doing. It sounded very cathartic on his part. I did it. Okay, stop. I'm not going to point out every time I do it either. Okay. This is new, talking for long periods of time for me. It's pretty new. So my neighbor, going nuts, talking about how short life is. And I don't know, I could hear him getting happier or less, whatever emotion caused him to start that during the whole process. And it was like 5 minutes of intense motivational speaking, and then he'd stop for about 5 minutes, and then he'd start again for about another 5 minutes, and this went on for about an hour, and then I fell asleep again. But it was, I don't know if he was doing a podcast or just talking to his friend on the phone, or I honestly, I don't know what it was. No one was yelling back at him, which is new. So he's doing all that, and I got this, I started thinking in between moments of him talking and me reflecting. I started thinking about this whole radio thing, and I hadn't thought about it in a while. And I just wanted to, I don't know, I really wanted at that moment to get out of bed and find a radio station and just like walk in and say, give me a job. Like, he's really good at this motivational thing. And if he ever hears this, I approve. I think you have some kind of future in this. You should definitely try it. Write a book or something. Like, good job, man. So, but I didn't, because it was midnight, and I felt like just barging in and being outwardly aggressive wasn't the way to get a job. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. So there I am laying in bed, and I start thinking about all the times that I wanted to be on the radio. And I remember when it started, my very first thought of I could do that. I was in 4th grade, and it honestly wasn't a million years ago, but it's going to sound like it's a million years ago. I was just poor. I want to point that out. I'm not that old, I promise, but so I'm in my kitchen, and I have this radio / cassette tape player / recorder. It can record the sound coming out of the speakers, or it can, you can plug a mic into it and record that way. And I didn't have a mic, but I did have an empty cassette and a Walkman. And I wanted to listen to that Walkman, because why not? I couldn't afford tapes, though, and there was one music store in town that sold tapes. So I have this suspicion that those tapes were marked up and not, I don't know, not average retail price. But I was also in 4th grade, so I don't really know for sure. Money was a fairly new concept. So there I am sitting in my kitchen, and I would record songs that would come on the radio, and I would wait for the DJ to intro a song, because I wanted the whole song, and if I got him introing it, I was okay with that. I just wanted, or if I didn't get all of him introing it, I was okay with that. I just wanted the whole song, and I would try and time it, so he would start talking, and then the song would start. And the dude was Rick Dees, and I liked him. I mean, he was all right. I was in fourth grade, though. I wasn't really super critical about my DJs on the radio then. I am now. I don't know if that comes with age. It's weird. I know. It's a thing that I do now. I'm just hypercritical of DJs on the radio, and I'm only 26. I feel really old sometimes about it. Like I'll complain about a DJ and then I'll go, Jesus, I am my mother or my father or some older person in my life, and they're a lot older than me, so I don't know where it's coming from. And it's worrying. You think you age like not according to your age, but according to the time you have left? That's spooky to think about. Maybe I'll talk about that someday. Maybe I'll do this again. So far, I'm liking it. I don't know if anyone's still listening to it, but if you are, it's appreciated. And I'm going to continue my story because I totally fell off the rail there. So I'm sitting in my kitchen, and Rick Dees comes on, and he intros the songs, and I record the songs. I wanted one song. I had a whole tape. I had probably 6 minutes left on this tape. And I wanted one freaking song that I could not, for some reason, get the whole thing in. And, like, it wasn't because, I mean, part of it was they didn't intro every song. And for some reason, they never introed this freaking song. They would always wrap it up at the end. They would say that was American Hi-Fi. And Flavor of the Week was the name of the song. I really wanted that song in fourth grade because apparently it spoke to me. I did have a major crush on this girl, Nicole, and she had a shitty boyfriend. And later I found out she was a lesbian, which, you know, is fine, but, like, I kind of feel bad for that guy because they were together for, maybe he did it to her. I don't know, like, how that works. I hear it's more of a choice for women. I'm not casting any aspersions or saying go to therapy or anything like that. Born that way, you're born that way. If you're not, you know, let me know. Anyway, I'm very happily in a relationship right now. I just wanted people to know I'm not trying to turn anybody or anything. I just wanted to say that as a disclaimer. I don't know. I don't have any lesbian friend. Well, I have one, but she moved really far away, and I don't know. We don't talk anymore. So, where was I? American Hi-Fi. Okay. So American Hi-Fi, Flavor of the Week. I really wanted this song. And I could not, for the life of me, get it. I would always get it, like, as it's starting. And for some reason, if I start a song in the middle, like, if it's a 4 scale or whatever, or an 8 scale, I'm not 100% sure how music works, but I know that there's numbers involved. If it starts, if the song starts normally, like, I can enjoy it. If I can miss a whole scale, I can also enjoy it. Like, if I start it at, like, the 4th beat or whatever, the pattern starts over. I can totally, I like that too. If I get a song and it's like a few notes in or like a few beats in, I can't hear that song. I hear, like, a really close version to it, but my brain just won't let me enjoy it because, at least not for about halfway through. And I don't know why, and I hate it. And if you're ever in a car with me and we're listening to a CD or something, and you turn down and the music gets turned down by someone, and we turn it back up, and I start the song over, that's why. Because I just can't hear the song anymore. I hear a version, like, it's like listening to a terrible cover version of a song that's just offbeat, and I just can't do it. It drives me nuts. And it's been that way since at least the 4th grade. And I don't know why. Maybe a therapist can tell me. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe anyone can tell me. I haven't had anyone be able to tell me that. Some people agree with me. Some people don't. Life goes on. So anyway, I'm waiting for this song. Comes on the radio. And this freaking dude, I don't remember his name. He's not on the radio anymore. I just wanted to strangle him. He comes on, the song starts. I I don't know what it was. I just felt compelled. I hit the button. I was like, if it's not the song, I can just rewind the tape, and record over it. So I hit record, and it's American Hi-Fi's song that I've been waiting for, and I'm so stoked, and it's starting, and it's going, and it's right toward the end of the song. Okay. I set that up so it's in the beginning. It was right toward the end of the song. I listen to the whole song, I get right toward the end, and it fades down. It doesn't go all the way out, it just fades down. I'm like, okay, I can live with this. And then stupid idiot DJ comes on. I don't know if he was running out of time, what the heck was going on. He goes, hey, it's DJ get in the way of you recording. And I just wanted to say, he says what song you're listening to. He goes, it's American Hi-Fi. That was American Hi-Fi's flavor of the week. And I'm going to ruin it for the rest of the time that it's on. Because it had probably 30 seconds left. But that is enough. That is a long time. That is enough of the song left. That it just bothered me so much. And I hated him. And he goes, so that was American Hi-Fi, blah. I got this and this, and he lists off like 3 songs that are coming up later. And he talks about an event coming up that I couldn't care less about. I was like, I had no money, first of all. We covered that already. I had little to no free time, like, away from my house because my mom worked late. I was in 4th grade, and I lived outside of the main part of the city where everything happened. So unless it was near me, I couldn't go to anything. And I mean, I could, I guess, but I just didn't want to walk that far or ride my bike that far. And so I just didn't care. And I was like, I was mad on top of that. So then the song ends while he's talking, and then he keeps talking, and he tells me a story. And the story, I don't remember the story, but I remember hating him for existing in that moment and for telling me the story that happened to him, and hating him for living his life and having this story to tell me. Because the story, it wasn't even a good story. I remember it not involving anybody famous or any information about the music industry or hell, even being a DJ. I mean, it was nothing. It was like he bought a donut that morning or something, and he ate it on the way to work, and then he dropped his coffee getting out of his car. And gosh darn, don't you just hate it when that happens? You get all the way to work and you drop your coffee. Like, what the hell am I going to do now? Probably drink the coffee at work, you fucking idiot. Like, I was in 4th grade and I knew that. I was just mad. Oh, man. So, from that day on, I was like, I could do your job, you piece of garbage. You're human garbage, and I hate you. And I was, if anyone's ever been that mad, like, about a guy just having a terrible morning, I understand it's a bad day, like, for you as a human. And that might not be the story, but it was a story very similar to that. I don't remember the story, but that it had that, like, connotation to it, where, like, it doesn't affect me. I don't need to know it. I'm sorry your life sucked. You interrupted my song for this crap, and I don't care about it. I was in 4th grade. I don't drink coffee. I don't know. I had this eternal hatred for him ruining my recording, I guess is what it all came down to. But then I never got that song beyond that. I just never did. And then they stopped playing it on the radio, and I was very upset about that because then it was never on anymore. And God, anyway. About a year after this, I got a CD player and I started buying CDs, and so that was the end of my recording days. But for that year after that, what I would do is I would record my music onto cassette tapes, and then I would DJ them. I would go, that was American Hi. Well, I never got American Hi-Fi. That was, I don't remember who else was popular then. I think Blink-182 was doing their thing. What's My Age Again? That kind of time period. I don't know if that's yeah, that it was around then, if that helps anybody. So I would record little DJ snippets. That was Blink-182's "What's My Age Again" from the album blah 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 this year. Just simple crap. And then it would start evolving, and then so I could fit about, depending on the length, I could fit about 9, maybe 11 songs, depending on the length of them on a cassette. With that, I could fit probably about 7 on a short day, And I would have these tapes, and I would listen to them walking around, and I enjoyed the sound of my own voice. Well, I mean, for a while. Once I hit puberty, I stopped liking the sound of my voice, and that only recently changed. I hated it until about 2 months ago when I had to hear it all the time when I'm editing YouTube with Jordan, and I don't know, I got used to it, so now I think that's why I'm doing this again. I don't know, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's all my neighbor's fault. I know that because I didn't even think about doing this for a while. I was in the car the other day, and I had a terrible DJ, and I was like, man, I really missed an opportunity. I could have been that. I could have maybe tried that and done that and been better at that, and I would not be listening to this dick right now. And that was kind of as close. I remember having a conversation with my girlfriend who's in the car with me, and I was like, I wanted to be a DJ at one point, and she told me maybe I should try it. I'm still young and whatever, and I don't know, I just felt like I missed the opportunity, but maybe I'll try it now. I don't know. So anyway, all that aside, yeah. So here I am now talking into this microphone in my room all alone, telling stories that aren't really having any connotation or any context really, other than I wanted to be on the radio, and maybe I'll try it now. I don't know. I don't know. So I hope this was interesting. And you know what? I get it. I kind of doing this. I kind of understand. Maybe people did like that guy's stupid story about drop of coffee, and maybe they can relate to it, and maybe they can't. I don't know. But so here, did I finish my story? I don't know. Yeah, I think I did. Well, okay, yeah, because then I did the cassettes and all that. So anyway, once I got CDs, that kind of stopped that because I couldn't write CDs, and I had a CD player now, so I didn't need my cassette player anymore. But that was fun. And eventually, I just stopped doing songs altogether. I remember my last tape that I did that with had no songs on it. It was just me talking into this cassette player. And it wasn't long, like this one sit down talk. It was just me throughout the day. I'd just pull out my recorder and I'd say some stuff into it, and then I'd put it away. And then I'd play it back, and if I didn't like it, I'd wind it back again, and then I could record over that later. Or, if I liked it, I was 4th grade, so really I only liked stuff that was ridiculous and funny to me. And I remember having a couple of serious moments on it that I erased later because it was really sappy, and I wasn't programmed to be emotionally vulnerable, and that made me feel emotionally vulnerable, where I would put, it was like a journal kind of, and that's kind of what this is turning into, more or less, just today. I don't know what my goal was when I started, but now this is kind of just a journal, but I'm going to put it on the internet and everyone can hear it. So I've gone full circle, I feel like, from my cassette player where anyone could listen to it. Only I'm not deleting this one. I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to be that emotionally vulnerable 4th grader. And we'll see where that goes, I guess. So, yeah. That was a weird little wall that I just hit, and then I don't know if I climbed over it or broke through it or dug under it, or I don't know what I did there, but I'm sure there's a psychological term for it, and I hope it's healthy. I feel good about it. I mean, I'm sad. It made me kind of sad for no reason, but at the same time, I feel good about it, and it's weird. It's a weird combination of emotions to feel at the same time. So, anyway, welcome to the Solocast. Maybe I'll talk to Jordan about doing a regular podcast, like a normal one. But for now, this is what I'm doing, and I hope somebody liked it. And I know I did. I like this, and I'm going to try this again. So, thank you for listening. I've been Encino, and should I sign off like that? Maybe I should. Maybe radio guy. Hold on. Well, it's the top of the hour, and I gotta get out of here, guys. But I will see you tomorrow. Well, probably more like when next time I do this. I don't have a schedule in place. I will see you then, or you'll hear me then. Something. I never got to see you then on the radio. I never understood. So, bye. And here's some music that you chose. Listen to some music after this. Just to humor me living my DJ dream. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to say, I'm going to leave you with this. And then right when I say that, I want you to play a song. I don't care what it is. And then you can go on with your day. Please, if you do that, I would love it if you let me know that you did that. And if you don't do that, I don't want to know that you didn't. But, because then I can pretend you did, and you didn't tell me. But, if you don't, and you feel compelled to tell me, that's also okay. You know? Just enjoy your life. And, so here we go. I'm gonna, you pause this right now, get a song ready, then come back, hit play, and then I'm gonna exit out of here. All right, I'm gonna peace out, and I'm gonna try out a radio voice, or just a radio personality anyway. So okay, so here you go. Pause. All right, guys. Well, it is my time to go. It's 2 minutes to the top of the hour, and I will see you tomorrow. But I will leave you with this.